Hello, Schlockmeister fans. It's August, and that can mean only one thing. It's graduation day. Let's watch. Alright, that's Laura. She's about to win this race, high school track. Her coach is really pushing her hard. In fact, as she crosses the finish line, she then collapses.
And that the kid who died a couple of months ago? Tough. It's a real shame.
This is Laura's sister coming home from the Navy, hitching a ride with some pervert.
Laura?
Here we have the actress Linda Shane. She's also on the track team. Getting some practice through the woods, and oh, what's this? What that is a killer. Seconds. It's Anne, Laura's sister.
Oh, did you hear that? She came all the way from Guam for the graduation. Isn't that nice?
It's very nice.
You can't be too hard on him. It's a terrible shock. Now, come on.
I'm not sure if that's father or stepfather, but he's not the nicest guy in the world.
Around. I see the Navy hasn't taught you any manners. You're still the same big-mouth, self-centered bitch you were the day you left here. Let us slap some mind into you.
Now, this is the girls' locker room, and this is a picture of the track team. Laura has an X over her face, and Linda Shane, who just got it in the woods. I think someone is taking out the track team. Here we meet Kevin, Laura's boyfriend, also a member of the track team. Anne's come to pay her respects.
I was afraid you weren't here.
I was upstairs in my room. See, you saw it.
It's exactly as you wrote in your letter.
Go on, get fly, stick those dogs on it.
Don't worry about Grandma, she can't hear a thing.
She didn't have to die, kid.
Here's this girl named Sally. Has a nude scene here in the locker room.
Anybody there?
Well, she doesn't find the killer, but she does find two of her friends, including Vanna White on the right.
What are you doing
Anyway, Sally's not out of the woods yet while she's shaving her legs and cutting herself. Somebody's found the fencing swords in the girls' locker room.
What are you doing? Stop it!
Here's Linnea Quigley in one of her early roles. She's failing music class, so she's going to seduce the teacher.
You see, summer school isn't that bad, really. Wait, don't do that. I mean, not here. Somebody could come in.
I can't show you this entire scene, but it's nice.
Dolores. In here.
That pervy teacher later on, turns out
Come on now, I'm not going to hassle you or anything.
somebody was recording him with Linnea Quigley.
Right?
Mr. Roberts, you look a lot thinner with your clothes on.
Why? Come back here! Don't think I don't know who you are, because I do!
Christopher George, Mr. Michaels, the
All
coach.
the years I gave them winners, they loved me. One accident. One accident where a child gets a blood clot. And it's my fault. And I'm out of my ass.
I'd say you were getting off easy.
Listen, I didn't kill your sister.
Oh, no.
I loved her.
Loved you. You rotten bastard.
Here's an interesting sequence. Another sword, this time put into a football that was tossed into the woods. And our player wants that ball back.
Hi. Give me my ball.
He'll get his ball back, all right.
Hey, give me my ball.
This is a real new wave band called Felony with their song Gangster Rock. While the band plays, Linnea Quigley and her boyfriend are outside making it in the woods. He stops to take a whiz. Loses his head. She doesn't get far. That's Michael Pataki, the principal.
Well, we've had a few calls from hysterical parents.
That's the cop.
Seems a few of your seniors never made it home last night.
You mean those kids on the track team?
What do you know about it?
Inspector, today's graduation day. Those kids are being kicked out of the nest, so to speak.
Here's one of the more unique deaths in the film. Somebody's put some spikes on the other side.
No,
He's been fired.
They were all on your track team.
I don't have a team.
How do you mean that?
In case you haven't heard, I've been canned.
I heard.
If you excuse me.
Back in the locker room, Vanna White discovered some blood. That used to belong to Sally. Kevin and the coach show up right after that. Kevin thinks the coach is the murderer. Sure looks guilty the way he's taken off, too.
I'm gonna make you pay, Michaels. I'm gonna make you pay.
You don't understand nothing.
Kevin! Don't try and do this alone!
You hear that, Michaels? You hear that? They're coming to get you. They're coming to get you, Michaels. Your killing days are over. Shut up! Over here, everybody! Come on, Michaels!
In my life, it's all been a terrible mistake.
Don't play this with me, Michaels. I was there. I saw you kill her.
What are you talking about?
You killed Laura. You all killed her. And now you've all got to be punished.
You killed Sally?
Sally. Ralph. Diane.
So Kevin's the killer.
Tony.
Of course, as far as anybody else knows at this moment, Coach Michaels is the killer.
Michaels!
Excuse me.
So at one point, Anne goes over to Kevin's house
I didn't know anyone was here.
and finds her sister Laura. He dug
I'm
her
glad
up.
you're the one that's here, Anna. I want you to be the first one to kiss the bride.
Bride?
Well, sure, we're going to get married just after graduation, just like we planned. I thought you loved her. You too.
Well, it looked as if Kevin was dead after he fell out the window, but nope. She runs out of the house. follows. They end up fighting underneath the bleachers, and it turns out he has a few bodies hidden there, too. Or parts of bodies, anyway. So that guy with the spikes, the pole vaulting, he's hanging there with the spikes still in him, and oops, he fell right into it. Movie ends with one final shock. A nightmare.
You did. Woke her up.
What'd you ever come here for?
That's how our film
Never
ends.
nothing but trouble.
Alright, let's talk about Graduation Day, a film that I reviewed on my first YouTube channel way back in the early days of it, actually. I had the Trauma DVD at that point. I have since picked up the Blu-ray, which was put out by Vinegar Syndrome and looks a hell of a lot better. Widescreen, I think it's uncut, 96 minutes. Well done. It looks a lot better than this film should ever look. You got your typical 80s slasher here. Came out in 1981, was filmed, actually I think they started filming December 8th, 1980, which is the day John Lennon died, actually. You notice that Vanna White was in it, Michael Pataki, and of course Christopher George. We're led to believe that either Christopher George or Laura's sister, Patch McKenzie, is the actress, might be one of the killers in this movie. It turns out it's Kevin, the boyfriend of Laura, getting revenge against the entire track team because Christopher George, Coach Michaels, pushed her too hard, and that's what caused her to die. Actually, she had a blood clot, really, is what it was. So anyway, interesting tidbit here. There was a girl in the beginning of the movie. I don't know what her name is or what her actress name is. She was wearing number 46 jersey. She apparently was causing some troubles on the set. She was getting under Patch McKenzie's skin. She was just a troublemaker. She also refused to do some nude scenes that she had signed up for, so they fired her. And apparently after they fired her, everything on the set was wonderful after that. And they replaced her with Linnea Quigley, who had no problem taking her clothes off. As anybody who knows Linnea Quigley, she has trouble keeping her clothes on. She had a couple of nude scenes in this movie, actually. One with the music teacher, which they seem to gloss over like that's not a problem or something. That's like a normal course of business, a student having sex with a teacher, but I don't know. Anyway, it's a typical slasher film here. We had maybe 8, 9, 10 deaths, something like that. And including Kevin at the end, he died as well. Interesting death there, of course, was the pole vaulting scene. Hadn't seen anything quite like that. We had some beheadings in this movie. There's a shot at the end there when she's underneath the bleachers and she sees that severed head. That severed head is actually supposed to be the severed head of the actress that they fired, not Linnea Quigley. They just never changed. They had the head made, I guess, before they fired her, so that's what they used. So who knows, right? Anyway, check this out. It's called Graduation Day. This is a DVD Blu-ray combo put out by Vinegar Syndrome, like I said. It's got some cool extras on there. There's an interview with Patch McKenzie, interview with the director, the editor, the producer, and a couple of commentaries as well, director commentary. You can get this probably in the $10 to $15 range. It's not expensive. Maybe a little more than that, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's well worth it. It's pretty good. Looks so good in Blu-ray. Again, I don't know why this is out there, but it's awesome that it is. So check it out. Buy this from Vinegar Syndrome. Leave some comments down below. We'll talk about it. It's called Graduation Day. Watch it. Bye. Vanna White was in it too.